You are looking at the cube. This is a fully self-contained survival base in a 16 by 16 by 16 cube covered with a nice glass exterior. So inside this thing you'll find a fully automatic sugarcane farm, a beetroot, wheat, carrot, potato, microfarm, a fully automatic pumpkin and melon farm, a fully automatic potion brewery, a 6-villager trading hall, a pig farm, a cow farm, a sheep farm, a rabbit farm, a netherwart farm, 3 different flower farms, an enchanting room that goes up to 30 levels, enough anvils to enchant your stuff, an AFK fishing farm, a concrete converter, another portal, a 20 furnace array with Shulker box loader, and over 1 million item storage capacity thanks to CubFan135, and a bed to sleep in. Hey guys, what's up? It's Hex here, and I am standing on top of something I've been working on for a little while. This is called the cube. I call it the cube because it's a big cube. Well guys, before we get started, I want to say that this video, yes, it's very, very long. Very, very, very long. However, the part that just shows you kind of what this thing is all about is about 11 minutes long. So if all you want to do is just kind of check out how this thing is put together and maybe try to do your own, then that's about 11 minutes. But if you want to build one of these cubes block for block, then yeah, the video is really long. And the reason that it's so long is because there's a bunch of different farms in it. So there's all of those different farms that I told you about, and I show you how to build every single one of them block for block, except for CubFan's storage system, which I'm going to send you to his channel. You can check out the description. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some time codes in the description so that you can zoom to the part that you want to see, or zoom back and forth if you want to build this over a series of a couple of sessions or something like that. But anyways, I apologize that it's so long. It really needs to be for me to do block for block. Yeah, back to your tutorial. So as you saw in the little tagline, in the little intro, it has a lot of different micro farms and different farms inside of it, inside of a nice little glass container. I actually have 2 different versions for you. The one that I read to you was this one. This one here is console friendly because it does not have too many cows and sheep and stuff in it, so that you're not hitting the cap for passive mobs. I have another version over there that does not have the exterior, that has the cows and pigs and sheep and an automatic chicken farm, and a couple little differences from this one. The basic idea of this thing is that it is a fully self-contained base that you could completely live in 100%, and it's inside of a cube. Let me show you the inside of this thing. So it starts off with CubFan135's 1 million plus Shulker box item storage system. This thing is really awesome, and you need to go ahead and check out CubFan135 because he designs some pretty cool stuff. He also is a pretty cool YouTuber if you don't already know about him. So that's the heart of this thing, is his storage system. So yeah, I forgot to mention it also has an ender chest. Right here we have a 20 furnace array. So if you walk through this flower right here, you can see all of the furnaces. It's got our minecart tracks going across the top of that. Then into this thing here, so all of your items will actually drop into this right here. This is my Shulker box loader that I featured relatively recently. And then so that would load the Shulker boxes and automatically drop them into the storage system. Right here we have an AFK Fish Farm. This is actually bizrebellion 85's AFK Fish Farm right here, and he said that this thing works on console. I haven't tried it on console. I have a console, but I haven't tried it out yet. But it's supposed to work on console. This one here is our little concrete converter. You can jump down here, convert some concrete. This is where you would put the concrete powder. It dispenses it out at you. You pick it up, you put it right here. That happens, and then so the water right here converts it, and then it drops it into this chest right here. Over here you have your bedroom, where you've got your bed, storage for like those items that don't stack or you don't want to put in your Shulker boxes or something. In here you've got your enchanting room with some anvils, full enchanting room right here. Then if you come and you look up here, right here, this is our sugarcane farm, which outputs to this chest right here. I don't know how it has some beef in there, but we apparently have created a beef and sugarcane farm. No, I'm sure it dropped down from up above earlier. Then right here we have oops, shouldn't have this block right here. We have my Microfarm that I designed. That's basically an improvement from, what was it, Impulses or XP, one of those guys. Microfarm right here. I do have a fix for this for 1.13. It's relatively simple, but I'm just waiting for 1.13 to come out to make sure that it's still working. And then right here we've got a pumpkin and melon farm that's fully automatic right there. And then here we have some villagers. We've got our 6 villager stalls right here for doing a little villager trading with the sugar cane and whatever we get out of our farm. You can get some books and stuff here because upstairs is some leather and stuff. Right here is our potion, fully automatic potion station. I didn't put all the labels on the potion station, but trust me, this is a potion station. Got a little water source right there to fill your water bottles and so on and so forth. This is the potion station I featured relatively recently on my channel as well. And then up top here is where we have some manual farms. We've got a netherwart farm right here. And then I went up the wrong ladder. Wrong ladder. Yeah, right here. If you come back down here, go up this ladder. Up at the top, we've got just some standard farms, and this would be for like console edition, where it seems like automatic farms for sheep and pigs just kind of don't work because of the passive mob cap. At least that's the case on PS4. I'm pretty sure it's the same on Xbox. But anyways, right here we've got some piggies, we've got some cows, and we've got some sheepies and some rabbits. You could also put chickens in here instead of rabbits, and so on and so forth. You could also divide this top layer up a little bit better. Like if all you want is the cows, you could just have it all be cows and just have a little fence around your ladder here to keep the I don't think cows can go down the ladder anyway, but yeah, so this is kind of like a multifunctional like little farm area, just some grassland up there to have your animals. All right, that is pretty much the entire tour of this one, but as you can see, like what I was really going for was to create something that is super compact. Oh, here's our nether portal. Super compact that you could live in like forever, pretty much, except for mining and getting some bone meal from like a skeleton farm of some sort. All right, that's that one. Let me show you the other version really quickly. It's the same thing. I just decided not to decorate the exterior of this because this is what they look like without the glass exterior. So it's actually 16 by 16, and the 16 by 16, I'm talking about this part, not the glass and the little concrete decorative part of it on the outside. But this part right here is 16 by 16. So this is basically the guts of that one. In fact, it is the guts of that one because that's what I copied and pasted over there to get that one. So yeah, this is what it looks like without all of the glass on the outside and without all of the blocks filled in that can be filled in. So you can kind of see it's pretty compact. Yeah, I like this thing. It's very cool. So you have an option, like if you don't like the glass shell and you just want to like put, I don't know, cobblestone wall on the outside of this because you want a big cobblestone wall block, you can totally do that. There's no need for light to come into this thing whatsoever, I don't think, because everything is lit up that needs to be like the farms and stuff. They have their own lighting with those sea lanterns or whatever you want to use for your lighting. Okay. Over here, this is like the other version. The bottom floor is pretty much the same. You've got Cub Fans item storage, you've got the same furnace array, you've got the same enchanting table, you've got the bedroom. I did put some pictures in this one because you need a little something to look at. Got the same AFK Fish Farm, the bottom level is the same. Then we have a slightly smaller sugarcane farm here to fit in this guy right here, which is actually a fully automatic beetroot or wheat farm, depending on what you want. Probably wheat would be what you would want. But basically this guy like right here is looking at the wheat and he'll harvest it whenever it grows up. And then you can turn it on and actually bone meal that. I featured this on my channel a while ago of how to build this thing. But basically it's fully automatic, but it does require bone meal. And this guy does all the farming for you. Okay. Over here, let's see. Let's go up to the top. Up top, the differences. Hey, somehow I got some cake. The differences here is that this uses my super popular, apparently, cow, pig, and sheep farm. I didn't include the timing circuit because it's kind of, it just didn't fit. But you could have cows here, cows there, cows, sheep, pigs, doesn't matter. Whatever you want in here. As you can hear, it's really loud. Then we've got a little fully automatic chicken cooker farm right here that's pumping out the chicken pretty well. I actually was able to make a version that works pretty well after the mob cap thing was invented. So this thing's still working great. All I did was I put 2 spaces for the chickens up there. This is that same farm where you stand here and you right click, and because it's dark, the things break. So that's like what I honestly can't remember who invented the original farm, but my upgraded version of whoever that was that invented it. I'm sorry, I can't remember right now. And then up top, right here, if you go up this ladder, you come up here, and here's your 6 villagers, and we still have our fully automatic potion brewing system there. And then there is a Cactus Farm that fit in right here, and that's about it. Yeah, so as you can see, like, you could totally live into this thing forever, because you've got your food, you've got your storage, you've got your XP, your books, and your food from here. You've got the ability to convert concrete, you've got the ability to smelt things, you've got flower farms to get dye for whatever reason, you've got an enchanting table. Like, this is the only base that you would really need. Again, you'd need a mine and a way to get some bone meal. But other than that, that is the cube. Alright, okay, you're going to start things off with a 16 by 16 square. This square is going to be the bottom of this part of the cube. So what we need to do is we need to lay out a couple of things. I want to lay out where this door is, this entrance, and I want to lay out where the edge of our glass enclosure is, in case you want to build this nice glass enclosure. I'll show you where that is. So first of all, this entrance right here needs to be marked out. So right here, these 2 blocks are very important because that's where our entrance is going to be. So if you're trying to align this thing and like set it so that these are like at ground level, or put the entrance to this in a specific spot, then you're going to want to know where these 2 blocks are right here, okay? Because those 2 blocks correspond to these blocks out here. Once you put the shell on, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 out beyond that. So that is where these 2 are. So if you want to build the shell, 1, 2, 3, 4 beyond it. Let me show you over here. So from this point, from this corner right here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then up 1, 2, and that's going to be our entrance walkway right there, those 2 blocks that I showed you. The edge of the shell would be 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then this would be like that glass block. This would be the exterior kind of frame around the entrance. Okay. The next thing that we want to know is where are the corners of our glass enclosure. So the corners of our glass enclosure would be this iron block right here. You can see I kind of use some iron blocks to count this out, and this one right here. So let me show you where those corners are. So from the corner of your 16 by 16 square, you're going to count diagonally down 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th block, I probably should have used white concrete there, but this block here would be our white concrete corner of the glass enclosure. Okay, then of course it's 4 down and over on that corner, 4 down and over on that one, and 4 down and over on that one, so that you can kind of get a reference point of where this is. Okay, all right, so the first thing that we need to build is CubFan135's 1 million item shulker storage. And this right here is the first dispenser from his tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you over to his tutorial in a second. But first of all, we need to figure out where that very first dispenser goes. So if you come here, like there's our walkway. So our walkway is going to curl across like that. This block right here, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then these purple and yellow blocks, these are temporary. So we're going to count from this block, we're going to count up 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to count over 1, 2, 3. And then when CubFan places that dispenser, that first dispenser that he places, you'll know exactly where it goes. It goes right here. So I'll break that. Very first dispenser of his tutorial goes right there. Okay, so go ahead and go to CubFan's channel. I put a card on the screen up at the top. It's also down in the description. So you can click on that and go directly to his video on how to build the 1 million item shulker box storage system. When you come back, we'll have that completely built, and then we'll move on to the furnace array. Okay, hopefully you're back and you've enjoyed that great little tutorial from CubFan. I really like CubFan. I've been watching his Hermitcraft series anyways. Yada, yada, yada. Here we go. So what we're going to do next is we're going to extend our walkway here. So we're going to extend this all the way across to the other side, like this. And we're just going to stop one short of our 16 by 16 frame there. Okay, so we're just going to go all the way and stop one short, because that's where our nether portal is going to go, and eventually. All right, next what you want to do is you want to come right here and place some blocks here, and then we're going to go up by 1, 2, I'm going to break this sign. We don't need that anymore. And 2 there. Then next to this block right here, we're going to place 6 furnaces. So we're going to be putting in our furnace array next. So we're going to go 1, let's see. I have such a hard time shift clicking. I tell you what. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Then you want to put a solid block right there. And by the way, I'm using white concrete. You can use whatever block you want. You could use cobblestone or andesite or diorite or some other color of concrete or wood or whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just using the white concrete for kind of those blocks that don't matter. Yeah, so just a little side note there. All right, then we're going to go 12 across the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, another solid block, and 2 this way. Only 2 though. Now you could go further if you don't want to use the automatic shulker box loader, but I recommend it. I think it'll be good. Okay. Then what you want to do is right here, you want to build a pathway that goes all the way around. And in fact, if you're in survival, you might want to do this first. But anyway, all the way around here like this, just kind of in front of all the furnaces like that, so you can walk through. And then you'll build a pathway like this all the way along here till you get back to your walkway. So basically this pathway goes around like this so you can access all of your furnaces. I like to have access to my furnaces because with these rail systems, sometimes you need to get in there, like if you accidentally put the wrong thing in the wrong chest or something, you can get back here and access your furnaces. I think that's super helpful. Anyways, next what you want to do is you're going to put a temporary block all the way at the end of this, right at the bottom. So I need to put it like underneath that block right there. Okay, so temporary block right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a hopper line that goes all the way underneath all of these furnaces. Like this. Hopper line, hopper line, hopper line, hopper line, hopper line, hopper line, hopper line. You get the idea right there. Okay. Then next you're going to put hoppers into the back of every single one of these furnaces. Like that. And then you want to put hoppers on the top of every single one of these furnaces facing down into the furnace. Pretty standard furnace array. Okay. Then right here you want to fill this in with blocks. You want to put a block there and a block there. And then you want to put some blocks along there like that. Okay. Next, what you want to do is you want to take and put some rail all the way along that. So this is going to be a little bit tricky depending on which direction it's facing, but you'll be able to get it. So I used all powered rail. You could use a combination if you're short on powered rail, but power rail is recommended for this task. So then we're going to go all the way along here with powered rail, a regular rail in the corner so it will bend. Rail, 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 and then at the end of this thing, a solid block like that. Okay, you're going to also place a solid block right there. We might be replacing these two when we do the shulker loader. I cannot remember perfectly. So next, what you're going to do is you're going to place a rail on that one, and then go to that one, because that, if you place this one first, it'll connect up with that one, and then you have a mess. Okay, so I'll do that again. Place this one first, then that one. Okay, and now you're free. I think. Oop, don't do that. See what I mean? See what I mean? Oh, son of a gun. Okay. Then you're going to place a rail there, and then hopefully when you place this one, it will curve. There you go. Okay. And then you can go all the way along here. Stop there. Place a rail there. Place a rail there. And then place that so it curves that way. And then all the way along this till you get to the very last dropper right there. Okay, now we're going to create a mechanism to send our mine carts going forward. Okay, so what you're going to want to do for that is you're going to want to place a regular rail there, and then you're going to go ahead and place a block right here, and then a block right there. Then you're going to go ahead and place a curved rail, right? You're going to replace that one with a curved one, and a powered rail right there, and then you're going to take a block and place it there. Then you're going to place another block there and a powered rail right there. Okay, if you do it in that order, then you shouldn't have issues with the rails meeting up accidentally. Okay, next what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to get a lever. And we're going to place a lever right here and one right there. Okay, now when we have our, let's take a minecart with chest. Okay, so we're going to take a minecart with chest and place it on that and place it on that one there. So then when we flick these levers, it should cause the minecart to go, and you can access both minecarts from the ground. Okay. One optional thing that you could do is you could put a hopper facing into this minecart. It's a little tricky. Got to get the rail. There we go. And then place a block here with a hopper going into that one. And then above this, you're going to place a regular old-fashioned piston. Now what this would do is it would allow you to place a shulker box, if we had one of those, right there. And then when you fire off the minecart, it will break the shulker box and put it into this hopper for you. If you use that system, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place a couple of blocks there, and then of course a couple blocks there and there, just so that the shulker box doesn't escape and get away from you and go on its own on a journey to the shulker box land of shulker boxes. There we go. We're gonna place that around there. And then on my other design, or my prototype, I put glass here so that you could see whether or not the minecart was there, which I highly recommend. We can find some glass. Glass. There we go. Glass. Whatever kind of glass. Doesn't matter. There, like that. I'm not really sure why I did that, but that's what I did on the original design, so you can kind of see behind there. Okay, and that is that. The last thing that you want to do is take some redstone blocks and place them next to these rails there. So they're basically the one single redstone block will power both sets of powered rails. And then you're going to do the same here, and you could center it a little bit. All right, we'll center it. There we go. That, and then one right here. That is the furnace array done. Of course, if you want to not use the shulker box loader, you can extend this a little bit, but we're going to do the shulker box loader next. Okay, to do that shulker box loader, you're going to want to break this block right here, and underneath that block, you're going to take and put another piece of soul sand. And I say another one because Cubfan used a piece of soul sand in a similar fashion, like that. Okay, then underneath that, and then going into your storage system here, you're going to go ahead and take and put it in a hopper there, and then coming one more out and then back this way. Okay, so you're going to tie up with Cubfan's storage system right there, and then it comes back this way. So that way when the shulker boxes break, they go right into your system, and bada boom bada bing, you have stored all of your smelted items. Okay, next, you're going to take and put a solid block next to that, and then you're going to take and put two blocks here and here, and you're going to go ahead and take a comparator. Actually, let me set up some redstone stuff, because we're going to do a little bit of redstone. So you're going to take a comparator, place it right there, and then you're going to place two blocks, one there and one there, and then you're going to place a block here with two repeaters going one there and one there, like that. Two dust right here. Then you're going to take and put a dispenser facing into our soul sand on the back side of this thing, like this. Right there. You can shift click and place a dispenser right there. Next, you're going to place a block above this comparator, like that, and a block there and a block like that. Then you're going to go ahead and place redstone dust on top of that one. Then right here, you're going to, whoops, this is a little tricky. You're going to have to take a sticky piston facing upside down, going down like that, and then we're going to put a half slab on top of that. I'm going to use a quartz half slab just to be fancy, like that. Then above that, we're going to go ahead and take and put double chest right here. We're going to place a block there and a block there. Then we're going to go ahead and break this block right here. And then we're going to go ahead and place into that block a hopper facing down into our dispenser. Then we're going to place right there a hopper and then a hopper down like that, so that right here is going to be where you load your empty shulker boxes. Are going to come down here, go into this dispenser, and get dispensed right there. The very last thing that you need to do is you need to somehow place some redstone so that this is powered. Now this one here is part of our storage system, so it would be nice if we could just take and put a piece of redstone right here. But the problem is that that will then sometimes not be powered whenever this dropper vader goes off. So what we need to do is break that, take and put a redstone block right there, and then place redstone on top of it. Alternatively, you could probably go like this and place a lever underneath it like this. So you're going to take and put a lever right there. Is that the right spot? Yes. And then redstone on top of that, just like that. Then what you want to do is go ahead and put a block right there, just so that the, let me come around the back, put a block right here, just so that the shulker boxes have nowhere to go. Also place one right there would be a great idea as well. And there you go, there's a shulker box loader that will load them into your sorting system. Next we're going to go ahead and build the enchanting room and the bedroom. So we're going to start right here, and we're going to come all the way to the corner with some solid blocks. And then we're going to come, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks that way. And then come out here like that and connect it up, and then just fill it all this in for a floor. That. Okay. Then on this block right here, we're going to go ahead and take and place our bookshelf, our first bookshelf. So we're going to place a bookshelf right there and go around like this. Then 1, 2, 3, like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, and then 1 there and 1 there. Okay, so it's basically your normal enchanting layout. Okay, then on top of this guy, we're going to go ahead and place in our enchanting table right there, like that. Okay, then here you can build this up a couple of walls, just a couple blocks up. Now in mine, what I did is I filled this corner in with some glass so you can see out. Depending on where you build yours, you might want to do that so you can see out. You might not want to, because maybe the view is of a piece of stone and that's not what you want. But if you built this like up high or like outside or something, then it'd be kind of cool to fill this full of glass like that. Actually not right there. Okay, and then leave this open. Right there, that's where you can put all your anvils, so you can go ahead and grab some anvils, place them in right here. And of course you can replace these like as they break or whatever, but it's kind of nice to have some anvils. You could also alternatively just place an anvil right there and then another one on top of that, and then fill in this wall with some sort of decoration or something. But I decided to go anvils. Oh, didn't know that those broke anvils. Interesting. I just went with anvils on the side. Okay. Next we're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks here, and then we're going to fill this wall in, just to kind of keep it cozy, like that. And then we're going to break those two right there, and we're going to fill this wall in the back there, and then we'll also fill in this right here, and this is going to be our bedroom. And alternatively, you could put some glass in here if you wanted to, as another window to see out. You could do a little bit more decoration with that if you want to. Then go ahead and grab your bed. I like orange beds. There's a bed right there. Then you can go ahead and put a few chests in. I already have them right here, so we're going to put a couple chests there and there. You could put chests up here too. It really depends on what you want to do as far as if you need more storage for different types of items. I just put in 2 chests, but you could, go a little bit crazy with the chests in here. And then again, I said that you could break these out and put in some glass if you wanted to, but that's a totally optional thing. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it concrete for now. Okay, and then right here, you're gonna break that out as well. And then on those 2 places, you're gonna go ahead and place some grass or dirt if you want to. I think grass looks better, honestly. Place a piece of grass there, and a piece of grass right there. And then on top of those, you can go ahead and place in your flowers for the flower farms. Now, if you don't want a flower farm, you can put those, you can just fill in the corners just fine. But put in a couple flowers. I kind of picked two that are going to give us, I think these give different colors. I'm not sure, actually. Anyway, then right here, you're going to put in a piece of grass. So I'm underneath my lever for the smelting array, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to grab maybe this flower right here, place it there, and then just to seal this off, I put in a couple of blocks like that. You don't want to put this one in because that's the way you're going to see through to get to your minecart if necessary. Very cool. All right, let's push this minecart back in, shall we? Hey! Hey! All right. Oh, he's on. Duh. There we go. All right. Sweet. Alright, next we're going to go ahead and put in our AFK Fish Farm. So right here we're going to go ahead and fill in those, this block right here. We'll actually put a ladder there later. And then we're going to go 2 blocks there. And then on this block right here, what you want to do is take and place a slab. Now this is bizrebellion's design. I will put a card on the screen for his design. I'm not going to send you over to his channel this time, just because it's kind of a short tutorial, and yeah, we'll be able to just do it right here in the world of Hex. But this is bizrebellion's design, so go ahead and check out his channel. It was a pretty good tutorial. He explains a little bit more about it and how he came up with it. Okay, so then I put a hopper that was facing into a block right here. Okay, and that's going to be our output. So then right here you can place a block. Now there's a couple options here. You could either do a single double chest, or you could do shulker boxes. You're going to come behind this guy and place a dropper right there, right? Then next right here you're going to place a block there, and a block there, and there. Okay, then right here you're going to place a block, and up like this you're going to place a block. Next you're going to come into your inventory, grab tripwire hooks, or make some tripwire hooks if you're in survival, and place 2 tripwire hooks like that with some twine in between them, some string, some twine. Where's our twine? It's not in decor. Oh, it's in miscellaneous, huh? String, there it is. Some string. We're just going to place some string in between there. And classically, Mr. Hex decided to get rid of the slab that he needed. So we'll be bringing that back out. And we're going to place a slab right there. Okay. Then down here, right there, we're going to have a block. And then on that block, we're going to place an iron door. So we got to get out our iron door. We're also going to get out a note block, because we're going to need both of those. And not a wood door, an iron door. Thank you very, very much. Okay, sweet. So we're going to place an iron door like that. And then behind that, we're going to place a block there and a block up like that with a note block on it like this. Okay. Then right here, we're going to go ahead and place in a block there. And then we're going to place some redstone dust on that guy. Like that. Okay. Last, you're going to go ahead and take your water bucket and put in 1 water source block right there. So you got to place a block on top of this note block, and then 1 right there. Okay. So then what you do is you stand right here and you look pretty much right below the crease between the door and the block above it, and you pull out your fishing rod and you throw your rod, and There you go, right there. So right below that crease. Okay, so you got a kind of a specific spot you have to look. So once again, right below the crease. So right there, there's the string. Go down a little bit more. So now I'm highlighting the door and throw. And that's where your AFK fishing farm is. So this is bizrebellion's design. It's really, really simple. I really, really like it. Okay, very cool. Oh, you can see a fish is coming right now. I missed it. Oh well, that's okay. All right, next let's go ahead and build our concrete converter. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a little platform underneath here. So right here, this is the corner of our 16 by 16 square. So we're just gonna fill this in with 12 blocks like that to start. All right, then we're gonna take a block and place it right there. And then another one and place it right there, and then one right there. Okay. Then underneath here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and seal this off actually, because there's gonna be some water in here. So we're gonna put some blocks in there like that, and one there. There we go. And then we're gonna place a block right there, and then our water is actually gonna go on top of that block right there, and it's gonna run this way. Okay. And then right here will go a stair. Next, you're gonna go ahead and take a chest. You're going to place chest there to make a double chest for your output. You could also put a shulker box right here, but I like chests. Then we're going to go ahead and place a hopper there, and then one right there. And then next to that hopper, we're going to place a piece of wood like that. Okay. Then you're going to go ahead and break this block like that, and you're going to place a temporary block there. I'm just going to use a piece of wood for now. And then we're going to get out an observer, and we're going to place an observer facing down into that block like that, and then we're going to place an observer observing that observer like that. Okay, so we got an observer observing here, an observer observing there, and this is where we're going to stand and put our concrete. So you put your concrete powder right here, and then this observer will see that, and then it's going to trigger this one here. All right, next after that, you're going to take 2 blocks and put them there and there, put some dust on top of both of those like that, and then you're going to go ahead and take a dispenser, or you could do the dropper. Let's just do a dropper. Droppers are easier. You're going to do a dropper right here on that block facing this way. So you're going to stand right here, and then the extra concrete pieces are going to be dropped to you out of this dropper. All right, if you want to, then you could go ahead and place a hopper right here like that, and then a double chest on top of that to create your just have some extra storage for your concrete if you want to convert a lot of concrete. Okay. Then right in here, you're going to go ahead and place a water source block like that. So that way, when you have your concrete powder, let's go ahead and grab some concrete powder. Let's do some cyan just so you can see it. In fact, let's grab a stack. There we go. Okay, so we'll put some of it in there, and we'll grab one piece here like that. So then when you place your powder right there, it's going to kick like that. Okay. And then if I was in survival mode, the extra, or the concrete, once it's converted, it'll get sucked into this hopper and then put into this chest right here. Okay, next we're gonna need a ladder to go ahead and be able to get into this thing. So put it right there. So then you can just kind of get a ladder like that. All right. Next, you can go ahead and frame out the rest of this AFK Fish Farm. So you can put in a couple blocks right there just to prevent anything from spawning, and then frame it out like that, and then you could put a block there as well to kind of be your door for this part. You could also put another block right there, but it's not necessary at this time. Okay. Very cool. Next, what we want to do is we want to put a layer of blocks over the top of all of this as a floor and a base of kind of the next level up. Okay, so I'm just going to fill this whole thing in with solid blocks. I'm using my white concrete that you guys know I'm somewhat obsessed with. There we go. Now on mine, I also took and I put right in here I put a sea lantern in here just for some lighting for our bedroom, like this. That shouldn't affect anything. You could do that, or you could fill the whole ceiling in. You could put some sea lanterns in the floor. It doesn't really matter. Anywhere, like I said, where I have white concrete can be pretty much any block. Yeah, it can be any block, except for like if it has redstone on it like this, then these have to be some sort of solid block, like you couldn't use glass or something for these 2 blocks right there, if that makes sense. Okay, very nice. Next, we're going to go ahead and start working on the sugarcane farm, the automatic, the wheat, beetroot, carrot, potato, whatever farm, and then the melon and pumpkin farm. that are going to go on this platform right here. All right, to start off the sugarcane farm, I am right above our enchanting room here. So we're going to take a block space, and then we're going to take and put some sand right there. So we want one space right there. So we're going to have like a column of some glass right there to kind of hold the sugarcane in. So there is a piece of sand right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, like that. And then what you want to do is you want to put some blocks back here. And that's going to hold in some water. Right? So then we're going to take our water bucket and we're going to fill this full of water like that. It doesn't have to be source blocks, but if you don't like the sound of running water, then make them all source blocks. Okay, very cool. Then next up, we're just going to put a layer of some sea lanterns. Of course, I got those out of my inventory. Then you're going to go ahead and put a layer of sea lanterns on top of that water like this. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Then on top of those, you're going to place pistons like this. And then on top of those pistons, you're going to go ahead and place some observers facing this way. Like that. And then you're going to go ahead and put solid blocks right here with dust on top of those. Okay. Just like that. Then you can go ahead and get your, what do you call it? Your sugar cane out. Probably gonna need that again. Gonna get your sugar cane out and plant some sugar canes right there. So basically what's gonna happen is it grows up. Once one of these gets 3 tall, the observers are gonna fire and it's gonna break them all, and then it's gonna throw them into these hoppers that we have to do next. Alright, so you're gonna go ahead and take a double chest and put it right here. That way you can access this from the bottom like that. Kinda cool. And then you're going to take and put hoppers all the way along here like that. Okay, that is the first layer, and then you're going to go ahead and do the same thing again. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some dirt this time because sand cannot be held in the air. So we're going to take some dirt blocks. Let's see, what am I safe to replace? There we go. And we're going to go ahead and place them one on top of these observers and then one forward like that. Okay, so we're going to go all the way across like this. And then you're going to take, again, your solid block, put one on the end there. You can cover that if you want to. And then you're going to go all the way around and make a ring. Then your water source blocks are going to go on top of your observers like that. And then this is the second layer. So then we're going to go ahead and put in sea lanterns or whatever lighting block you want to use. You could use pumpkins here, or jack-o'-lanterns, I mean, if you wanted to. Then you're going to go ahead and take your pistons, wherever those went. Piston, there it is. And I think we're done with the chest. Place them like this. And then on top of those, observers facing this way. That. Blocks on the back. Redstone on the back of those. And then plant your sugar canes. Now, if you don't like the inconsistency between the dirt and the sand, you could do dirt up here. I don't know why I did sand down there. I just kind of like sand better. It does not make any difference in efficiency to use sand versus dirt. Doesn't matter. I just like the look of the sand, so when I have the ability to use the sand, I use it because it looks better to me. Anyways, then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and fill this full of some glass, but first we need to go ahead and continue our hoppers. So I'm going to place hoppers coming out of the top of this chest like this, all the way up to there, and then we're going to do a hopper line like this. So that way when these break, most of them land in the hoppers. Now this is not the most efficient design for sugarcane, but it is pretty compact and easy to build. That's why I chose this design. If you have a different design that you want to use, go for it. The idea of this cube is to kind of get you thinking about how I can compact a base and build it into a small area, you know, and see how many things I can fit into a small area that I can use to survive with. So that's the general idea of this farm, of this tutorial, I mean. All right. So let's see, now we want to go ahead and fill this in with some glass. I got my blue glass, so I'm just going to fill this all the way in, up to there, and we're just going to fill the whole thing in. Now I am using connected textures and Optifine, but just to let you know. That's mainly so that my video goes a little bit smoother, that's all. Like that. And then I think I did this right here. I think I did solid blocks, but you could decorate this out however you want. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, you guys. You don't have to use glass either. You could fill the whole thing in with solid blocks if you wanted to. I like the glass because then you could see the sugarcane growing and it's kind of nice to look in. Okay, there we go. And then you want to fill in this side as well as much as you can. That way when the sugarcane breaks, some of it's going to go back on top of this, but hopefully the rest of it will go all in the hoppers and you should be good to go. Like that, okay. And then you could put a concrete block right there or solid block right there, whatever. And then if you want, you can fill these in, but it's not necessary, like that. And then I think on mine I filled these in as well. But again, this is just decorative. It's not necessary for the farm to work. There we go, like that. Okay, so now we have our sugarcane farm is in place. Next, we're going to make our beetroot, wheat, potato, onion, carrot, rutabaga, whatever farm, like this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put that across there, and then we're going to go ahead and take a slab, place it right there. Then we're going to go ahead and do a lever. Then behind that lever, what you're going to do is you're going to place a piston facing up like that. And then you're going to put an observer facing down, and then another one facing down, and then another one facing down. And then you're going to break the bottom two. Then you're going to place this one facing back up like that. Okay, the piston should fire and bring it back down. All right, next we're going to go ahead and place a piece of farmland in here. So we need to grab out something like this and put it on. And then we're going to grab our hoe, or if you're in 1.13, you can just place the farmland, which makes a lot more sense. And then we're going to go ahead and right here, we're going to place a dispenser facing into the farmland like that. Right here, we're going to place a dispenser facing into the farmland like that. And over here, we're going to place a dispenser facing into the farmland like that. And then we're going to place some blocks right there and there. And then we're going to place right here. If you are in 1.12, then you will put a dispenser there. If you're in 1.13, actually, I found a glitch or something that makes it so that you can place a lantern right here, a redstone lamp, and then that actually fixes the farm for 1.13. Don't ask me why that is. I have no clue whatsoever. But that's actually how you could do it for 1.13. For 1.12, you're just going to put in a dispenser like that. Okay, and then we're going to place redstone on top of all of these things like that, and that should do it. Let me just make sure that we've got it all functioning. Yep, they're all clicking. Sorry about the noise, we'll shut that off. And then in the back here, we're just going to come around and place in a piece of water, a water source block. We're going to place it right there and then quickly replace it here so that it doesn't take out everything all the way down to the bottom of the void. But like that. So our water source block is behind this one right here, and that traps it in. And so now we can retill our farmland, which you guys probably were like, hey, if you till that farmland, it's going to go back unless you put the water source in, and you're absolutely right. Like that. Okay, cool. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to take out your slab again, which of course I got rid of. So we'll have to find that. Go. There's a slab. And we're going to place the slab right there to darken that area. Okay. And then from here we can place some blocks around this just to kind of hide it and make it look nice. You could place the blocks there, and then of course you can't place one there. If you wanted to, you could go and grab a repeater. So in fact, let's just do that. We're going to go ahead and grab a repeater, and we're going to grab another lever. So we're going to place our lever there, and then a repeater there. So then you can turn it on like this, and then jump in here, and then have that there. Or you could just put the block like I had it right there with a lever right on that. It doesn't really matter. This is a very flexible farm, but I kind of like the way that looks. Kind of looks cool. Oh, by the way, of course, to make this farm work, you have to fill these with bone meal. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go right in here and you're going to take out your seeds or your carrots or whatever, and you're just going to sit there and plant them. So let's go ahead and show you that. So we'll put a bit of bone meal in here, a bit of bone meal in here, and then basically you'd fill all of them with bone meal. I'm just showing you like the idea, and then you turn that on, and then I think I have to fill them all with bone meal for this to work. Hold on just a minute. The one up there, and then the one here. There we go. Okay, ready for more clicking. There we go. And it's not working whatsoever. Why is that? There it goes. I think you have to completely enclose it to get it to be dark enough. There we go. Okay, so once again, the fix for that, I just had to put, just make sure that this is completely enclosed. I forgot to enclose it completely with these 2 blocks right here, but not a big deal. All right, now let's do the melon, pumpkin, and whatever farm. All right, to get this guy started, we're gonna go ahead and take and put a block right there, 2 blocks back, and we're just gonna fill in all of those, okay? Then we're gonna go ahead and take another double chest, and we're gonna set it right here. Like this. Okay, then behind the double chest, you're gonna come out 1 and 2 with these hoppers and place a hopper line like that, all right? Then you're gonna go ahead and place in some farmland, or some blocks right there. These can be like actually solid blocks, but it kind of makes more sense to have them be dirt blocks. And then right here, like that, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're going to till these and quickly plant your pumpkin or whatever, because I'm not using water on this one, it didn't fit. So where's my pumpkins? Pumpkin, 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 pumpkin seeds, melon seeds. Well, we'll do melons on the bottom, and then we'll do pumpkins on the next level. How about that? That sounds good. All right, and of course we got rid of our hoe. Did you guys watched me do that, didn't you? You didn't say a thing either. Oh well. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then quickly you gotta plant your seeds like this. Okay, there we go. Did I just do pumpkin? Yeah, I just did pumpkin. Okay, so we got pumpkins growing right there, and what's gonna happen is they're gonna grow up, and then the pumpkin will actually end up right here. So that means that we need to right here make that mechanism break. Okay, so right here, we're gonna go ahead and grab our pistons like this, and then we're gonna grab some observers like that, and then we need a gravity block. I'm gonna use white concrete powder for my gravity block, but you could use whatever concrete powder or gravel, or the other one, which is not in my head right now. Sand, that's what it is. Sand. Okay. So then we're gonna place observers facing so that they can observe whatever's going to grow onto each of these blocks like that. And then behind those observers and down, we're going to place in our pistons. So we're going to go 1 block down like this. Okay, like that. And then on top of those, we're going to place in our gravity blocks. So that's my regular white. There it is. So these are my white concrete powder. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and place observers facing the opposite direction now. And then on top of each one of those, or not on top of, but in front of each one of those, we're gonna place in a piston facing down, which I know is going to be a serious pain because, oh man, it's so hard to place pistons the right direction sometimes, isn't it? Drives me crazy. Okay, especially in creative mode when it's really tough to get right in the right spot. I feel like this is easier in survival for some reason. Don't ask me why. Okay, like that. There we go. So then what's going to happen is when you place a block here, like let's go ahead and grab us a pumpkin. When the pumpkin grows up, it's going to grow right there, and it's going to smash it. Now, I've heard that this does not work on some places and some servers, so you might have to have like a different pumpkin melon farm. But if you're on Java, this is going to work great because when they grow, it just smashes them and like that. Okay. There we go. And really for survival, you don't need that many pumpkins. What you really need is the melons, because that way you can make glistening melon, which will help you make potions of whatever that's called. Oh, potions of health. Yes, potions of health. We want health. That's what we want. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to do a second layer of this. So we're going to come up here with our hoppers like that. So we're going to do a layer of hoppers, and then we're going to bring our hoppers back to here, and then we're going to come across like that. We're going to do the exact same thing now from the rest. So we're going to place in our stuff like this. We're going to go ahead and get back out our little tool here, and then we're going to, here, let's see if I can do this. There we go. So then we're going to hoe and plant, hoe and plant, hoe and plant, hoe and plant, and these are going to be our melons this time. Alright, so then we're going to do this exact same thing. An observer coming back that way, observers facing all the way along here. Okay, and then one block below those observers, we're going to place in our piston that we got rid of. Like this, our first piston's going to go there. Okay, so we can get rid of those two. And a line of pistons facing up like this. Gravity block on top, I'm using concrete powder. And then facing the other way, we've got some more observers like that. And then place in your pistons facing downward if you dare. Actually, it's easier to get that one first. There we go. Cool. And then on this side, come on, that one and that one. All right, that is done. Sweet. So once these grow up, you could bone meal them to get them to grow up if you got some bone meal. If not, I recommend you get a skeleton farm going so that you can get some bone meal. Ha! How do you like that? All right, so we're gonna bone meal these like that, and one looks like one grew already. That was pretty good. Did a melon grow already? No, I think I bone mealed like the grass. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay. And there we go. And then for lighting, what you could do is you could come and take out your sea lanterns or whatever lighting block you like. Of course, jack-o'-lanterns would work for this as well. Place them in there like that to light your plants, and you have a working pumpkin and melon farm in your cube. All right, next, we're going to build a manual netherwart farm. So we're going to grab some soul sand. We're going to grab some soul sand, and we're going to go ahead and put in some soul sand. Now, on mine, I put it in actually one block higher, but there's no real reason for that. So just put in a bunch of soul sand right here, like that. And then on the back, it's up to you whether or not you want it sticking out the back. On mine, I just did it like this. And I did not use gravity blocks. I used regular concrete like that, and just kind of frame this in this. Okay, and then you could actually make this come out a couple more if you want a little bit more space for that. And then right here we're going to place in a block there, and then you're going to want a ladder to get up there. So in fact, let's grab some ladder blocks in a little bit. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and plant our netherwarty wherever that is. Here we go, some netherwart. We're going to place it all in here, all kind of netherwart in here. There we go, just like that. There's our netherwart. We've got our ladders. Okay, so ladders will go up here to the netherwart farm from our wheat, potato, beetroot farm, that farm whose name I cannot say for some reason. And then I just filled those in because you can. And then right here we'll have a ladder coming up from the bottom. So that way, when you're down here and you're in survival, you can climb up this ladder, access this level. You can access that chest and that chest, but you could actually access both of those chests from the ground, or from your walkway, which is kind of nice. And then to get to your netherwart, you just climb up this one here, and you're at your netherwart farm. You can plant, harvest, whatever, and then come back down, and yada yada. Okay, cool. All right, next we're gonna build our second floor on the left side here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your solid block, whatever you've been using, and we're gonna fill in this row right here all the way across. So this is gonna be on top of our storage system, and then you're gonna come and actually I'm gonna go all the way to the end on this one, and I'll show you. And then we're just gonna come to the very edge of your 16 by 16 area, and you're just gonna fill in this entire thing with whatever block you want to use for the floor of your next level. All right, then you're gonna go ahead and bring this out all the way across to here so that you've got maximum floor space. And don't put a block there, by the way, because then you won't be able to get into this. So you'll come across here like this. Fill this in like this. That, and then you could fill this in right here, or you could put glass right here so you could see your melons or your pumpkins. But I just did that, I think. Okay, and then you could put a block right there if you wanted to, but it's not necessary. Yeah. Okay, the problem is if I put a block there, then I can't get out. You could put a slab right here if you're using something that matches and has matching slabs. If I do mine, I have a quartz slab right here, and it kind of looks funny, so I'm just going to leave that off, because that way if I'm on this level, I could potentially fall down to this level if I wanted to. But you can also go to the ladder. Doesn't really matter. Haha. Get it? Get it? Get it? Get it? Oh, that's funny. Okay. All right, next we're going to go ahead and build our potion brewer, which is going to be along this side of this floor. All right, you're going to start it by going from the corner 1, 2, 3 blocks and placing a block there. And then you're going to go ahead and place a double chest there with a hopper facing into that chest. And then on top of that hopper, that's where your brewing stand is going to go. Like that. All right, next thing you're going to do is you're going to point a hopper straight down into your brewing stand and then come along this way all the way across to the edge of the cube. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 total hoppers there. And then you're going to go ahead and come behind this. You're going to place a solid block behind it like that. And then coming out of that block, you're going to need a comparator. I'm also going to get out my repeaters. I think I need that. I think I need one of these. And I'm going to need a sticky piston. And who knows what else. Okay, so then you're going to go ahead and right here, you're going to place a comparator facing that way. And then next to that comparator, of course I got rid of my block. Next to that comparator, you're going to place another comparator facing into it like that. Just like this. Okay. And then behind this one, you're going to place a sticky piston facing down like that with a redstone block on its face. Okay. Then you're going to break out these blocks. All right, then you're going to place and come down here. You're going to place 2 blocks along like that and then one up like this. Okay. That one's going to have a torch on this side of it and then a block on top of it like that. And then redstone dust on top of that block like that. Next to that block, we're going to have another block. Next to that dust, we're going to have another block right there. And then on that, there's going to be a lever. And that lever will allow you to control the on and off of the thing. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to place redstone dust there, there, and there. Nope, not there. Sorry. There and there. And then there. And then right here, you're going to go ahead and place a repeater facing into a block like that. Right here, you're going to go ahead and place a hopper facing down onto the dust. I know that's very strange, but that's what you're going to do. Then inside of that hopper, you're going to place an item there, an item there, an item there, an item there, and then 19 in this spot right here. 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, like that. Next on this block, what you're going to do is you're going to place a dropper facing up and a hopper facing down into that dropper. And then, right here, you're going to do a dropper facing up and a hopper facing down into that dropper. Then you're going to place one single item into that dropper. Any item will be fine. Then place a redstone torch right there. Okay. Then coming out of that hopper, you're going to place a comparator into a block with a torch coming out this side of it, like that. And then you're going to place a line of blocks on top of that torch all the way across to there. And then you're going to bring that line back this way, like that. And you're going to place redstone dust on top of every single one of those. The redstone should light up. That's perfect. And then you're going to go ahead and take your droppers and face them pointing up this way like this. So it might be helpful actually to take these out temporarily and then put your droppers pointing up like this. Like that, and then go ahead and replace your hoppers along this way. There we go. Okay. And then the last thing you might want to do is place a block there, and then you're going to go ahead and take a trapdoor and then put another temporary block right there, take the trapdoor, and then put it in there. And then what you can do is take water, a water source block right here, place it there, and then close the trapdoor, and then now you have a place to fill your water bottles. And then the next thing that you need to do is in this, you're going to place basically like your first potion. So you're going to place in, say, let's see, what could we do for a potion? Hold on, let me get some ingredients here. So we're going to do like magma, and then maybe a piece of redstone. Okay, so then in here we're going to place in our netherwart, and then we're going to place in a magma cream, and then right here we're going to place in the next one, actually magma cream in there, yeah, and then the next one, no, and then place in like whatever other potions you want to do for your next ingredient. Okay, that way when you put in your water bottles, it will just start brewing automatically. Okay, speaking of water bottles, we need to put that mechanism in so that we can fill it automatically, and then we have just a couple more things to do, and this one's going to be done. Okay. Right here, look on the side of that, place another hopper pointing into our brewing stand. On top of that, place a double chest like that, and then right here, if you want to, you can place a block to kind of finish off the edge, but you don't have to place that. And then also what I did is I put a lighting block right here just to light the thing up so you can see what's going on. And right there. Okay, that way you can open that one. Your water bottles will go into this chest, and then output will come from there, and then the thing should be working. The very last thing that you got to do to make this guy work is you're going to take some levers and put levers all the way across on each one of, that's not even close to true. You're going to place some solid blocks underneath here like this, and then underneath those you're going to place your levers. That. Okay, and then if you want to, you can then take item frames and put them on here to label like what is what. And then your ingredients go here. It's very important to make sure that your netherwart is this very last one, because netherwart should always go in last on this system. Oh, duh, I forgot something. Into this one you want to place a block there, or an item there, an item in there, an item there, and then 19 right here. Sorry, it's been a while since I built that thing. There we go. Now we're running. Okay, and then into this one here, so you're gonna put your next ingredient there, and then one ingredient in here, and then your netherwart in here to get the thing started. There we go. Okay, so the netherwart's brewing in here. Once you put water bottles in here, this thing will brew. Then the next ingredient will go in, then the next ingredient, next ingredient, next ingredient, next ingredient, and then the last one should be netherwart to basically fill this thing up again and restart the process. So that's why netherwart needs to be last always in this line. Okay, very cool. That's it. So then, of course, to make sure that this is working, you have to turn all of these to on, and then when you turn one off, that dropper will then function. So I highly recommend checking out my tutorial on this particular one just to get the idea of how it all functions, but now you know how to build it. The only other thing, like I said, is to put and label your items here. Make sure that you do like the very last one being netherwart, as I said, like 4 times, and then like, so like if you want your power, like your redstone, your glowstone, and things like that. So it's basically going from this one to this one, except the netherwart, which usually is first, is actually last. All right, very cool. That's that farm. We're getting pretty close to being to the end of this. All right, next what I did is right here, I made some villager stalls. So this is going to be the one that I showed you initially, and then I'm going to cut all of this part out and then rebuild the other one that has a bit more of the automatic farms in it. But on this one here that's more like console friendly and has the manual cow, sheep, pig, and rabbit farm, this is what you're going to do. Okay, But if you want the other one, I will hopefully put a description in the thing to say like when in the video I'm starting the other version where you saw like the automatic chicken farm and all that. Okay, so right here you're gonna place a block, and then you're gonna place a block right there, and then one there, and then you're gonna come this way, so that we have 1 and 2 villager stalls right here, and then you're gonna make a space so that you can walk in between, and then you're gonna go 1 and all the way to the end. So this should be another 4 stalls, I think. So 1, 2, 2. What happened? I think this is too wide right there. Okay, so never mind. You got a 2 wide spot right there, and then 1 there, and then 1 here. There we go. There's our villager stalls. And then what I did is I took just like an iron trapdoor right here, like this. Okay, and then putting the villagers in, you can then place like a lever on. Well, that's not going to work so great, but you can put some levers along here to open these up so that you can push your villagers in, and then once you got that done, you can remove the lever. Whatever you want to do. Okay, then you're going to build this up so that it is 3 blocks tall. Okay, and there are 6 villager stalls. Next, you could break this one and that one and place in some lighting in here, just so it lights the inside up so you don't have any mobs spawning. I didn't do the end ones just so that the end looked a little cleaner, but you can totally do those. And then if you want to, I put lamps up here to light up our area back here, but this is kind of an optional thing. Go. All right. Then on top of all of this, we're going to cover the entire darn thing with farmland. So here we go. And by farmland, I just mean some grass. Okay, before we fill this thing with grass, we're going to do a frame. So basically, we're going to frame this whole thing in with whatever block you're using for your main block. So then you're just going to build a frame all the way around this, like this, following your 16x16 cube. And you can go all the way to the wall there, and all the way to the pumpkin farm there, like that. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and take your grass and fill everything else in with grass, like this. Let's see, what did I do here? I think I did that, actually. Okay, and then so now, yeah. So right here in front of our farm here, I did concrete, like this, in front of our netherwart farm, all the way around. There we go. All right, and then right in here, we're gonna fill this with grass, like this. Fill the entire thing with grass. All right, now that that's filled in, we're gonna come up 2 in the corner, like that. So come up 2, come up 2, and then right here you can just leave that, and then you can leave that, and then we're going to come up 1 there, and then we're going to go ahead and fill in this with glass. Grab our glass block, wherever that is. I'm getting tired, you guys. This is a long one. If you made it this far in the video, you are building something incredible. Where's the freaking glass blocks? There they are. Man. Okay. Okay, so glass all the way along this entire thing like this. Just so that your little cows don't come out. And then we're gonna go, you could go along there. I don't know why I did that, but whatever. That. And along here like this. That. 2 there, and then I guess we will put 2 concrete blocks like that. And this is actually the top of our build, so you can fill this in like that and come across this way. And this is going to be the top edge of the cube. That. Okay. And then we'll continue to fill this in with glass, so fill in both of these walls with glass as well. Alright, so that's completely filled in. Now, to figure out where we need to come up from there, we're going to come down right here, and then right here we're going to punch a hole. And then at the bottom of that hole, we're going to go ahead and take and put in our ladders. We're going to go ahead and put in our ladders. That's better. Okay, so we're going to go up all the way here. And further up, further up. Can you put a ladder on top of that? No. We got to break that. And then put ladder all the way to the top of this thing like this. Okay, very cool. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to get in your, get out some fences. I used acacia fence on mine if you like my decorating style, but you don't have to use acacia fence. You can use whatever fence you want. And then I put a fence along there. And then let's see, how many blocks did I go over? I gotta count this out, right? So it looks right. Okay, 1, 2 blocks over, and then the third one. Okay. So 1, 2 blocks over, and then the third one like that. And then I did like this to make a, yeah, that looks right. And then I think I went like this, and like that, and then like this. There we go. So that if you want to count that out, there's an aerial shot of it. And then you're going to want to put in some fence gates. So we're going to put in a fence gate right here. Redstone fence gates. Here we go. Like that. So we'll put a fence gate in like there. Maybe one there. Maybe one like right there. And then one there. And then you can fill this in with your cows, your chickens, or rabbits, and your sheep, or however you want to do that, however you want to separate this. You can totally, like I said, change these fences out if you want just like 2 different types of animals or 1 type of animal. You can just do your fences accordingly, but I'm just doing the exact tutorial as far as that one. Okay, that is actually the entire thing done. Okay, so I've reset it back to kind of where we were a little bit ago. And we're going to build the second version of the cube with some of the more automatic farms in it. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and check this out. So actually, before I start getting into that though, what I need to do is I forgot to do something. And this is going to work for both cubes. So we need to build our nether portal. All right here, we're going to go ahead and come across 4 blocks. And then you don't need to build your nether portal this tall, but I just kind of think it looks cool. So this is how I did it. I don't even know how tall that is, but it goes basically up to that 2nd floor like that, and then go ahead and light it. And I just think it kind of looks cool to have a big nether portal like that. So that's kind of what I did. All right, so now we're going to get into making the cow, pig, and sheep farm, the sort of semi-automatic one that people seem to like on my channel. So I'm going to set it out. We're going to build right here on the glass of our sugarcane farm. We're going to build 1 stall, 2 stalls, and 3 stalls like that. Okay, next we're going to break out all of these blocks like this. And we're going to go ahead and take and put a chest and a hopper. So we're going to place a chest there, hopper there. We're going to place a line of hoppers all the way across this way. And then we're going to go ahead and place a hopper there going into that hopper line, a hopper here going into the hopper line, and a hopper here going into the hopper line like that. Okay. So there's all of our hoppers. Very cool. Next, well, we're going to go ahead and break out, let's do this one, that one, and that one, and then we're going to place dispensers in there. Each dispenser is going to have a water bucket inside of it. Okay, so that, and then place a water source bucket inside of this one, and do the same thing with that one and that one. Just for time, I'm not going to do the water buckets, but each one needs to have a water bucket. Okay, next you're going to go ahead and place blocks in front of each one of those like that, and then you want to place a button on each one of those blocks. One there, and one there like that. Okay, cool. Next of all, what you're going to do is you're going to take your solid blocks like that, put solid blocks all along there, and then you're going to go ahead and build this up in the back and build it like that. There we go. Come out this way like that, and oops. There we go, there we go, there we go, and there we go. Okay, So then right here, what you're going to do is you're going to take a slab, place it there, place one there, and one there. Just like that. And then fill in this. No, you don't have to do that. You can do a slab there, one there, one there. And then you're going to go ahead and put your cows and stuff in the top here. So that's, of course, going to be a lot easier for me, but a lot more difficult for you if you're in survival mode. But you'll figure it out. Put a bunch of cowsies in there, and a bunch of cowsies in there. So you want 24 in each one, and you could do pigs and sheep as well. I'm just doing all cows just for time here. Now this thing is really loud, so if you don't want this in your cube, put something else here because it's really stinking loud. In fact, let me go ahead and turn down my volume because it's going to get really loud. Should have had this down anyways. Okay, there we go. So then when you press this button, your little cowsies should be jumping up and down. You can feed them with wheat and breed your cows, and all of their drops will end up in here as you see, like that. Okay, cool. Very good. That is that completely done. Next, let's go ahead and build a chicken farm. So the chicken farm that I have is actually kind of an update from Mumbo Jumbo's chicken farm. All right, here we go. Everything starts with a block. Isn't that the case? Let's put it right there. Then we're going to get our chests out. And we need that dispenser, so we're going to put it right there. Okay. We'll put a double chest right there. And then into that double chest, we're going to go ahead and put a hoppy hopper like this. Okay. Then we'll put another block right there. So then this is how we're going to access our chicken. So I'm actually building the farm sort of sideways. All right. Then we're going to do another hopper right there. And then on top of that hopper, we are going to put a slab. I knew I needed that slab. How come I keep getting rid of my slab, you guys? What is the deal? What is the deal? I'm getting tired. Starting to get a little tired. Starting to get a little punchy, honestly. Okay, and there we go. And then behind that, we're going to go ahead and place a dispenser facing into that slab like that. Okay, now we're going to get out some glass. Where's our glass? There's some glass. And we're going to go ahead and fill that in with glass right there. And right there, like that. We're also going to put some glass in the front of this guy. All right, next into the top of this dispenser, you're going to place a hopper and another hopper there. And then you're going to go ahead and put more glass next to those two hoppers like this. Like that. Okay. Then right here, you're going to be very careful and you're going to take and put in a lava source right there. And then if you want to, you can place glass on top of it. I'm just going to do solid blocks like that. Okay. Then coming out of this guy, we're going to go ahead and place a block there. And we're going to place a block right there. Out of that block is going to come a comparator and then a piece of redstone dust. Okay. Next, right here, what we're going to do is we're going to break that out and we're going to place in an observer facing downwards if possible. Up, like that. Okay. We're going to break out a couple of these blocks. You can see this. I will be replacing those. But then you're going to go ahead and take a sticky piston, place the sticky piston underneath there facing that way with an observer facing upwards like that. Is that upwards or downwards? That's downwards, isn't it? I need it facing upwards like that. There we go. Okay. So basically, if you put an item into here, or a bunch of items, the piston will extend, creating an observer clock, which will dispense everything that comes out of that thing. All right, you get the idea now. So next what we're going to do is we're going to take another piece of glass, which apparently I got rid of again. Oh, you gotta laugh. And place it there, and then we're just going to fill in this right here with some glass, all like that. And then we're going to take some carpets, and I didn't do the carpets in my other one over there, but I'm going to do it on this one because I think it's going to help a lot. Okay. Take some carpets and put them in the bottom there. Wow, okay, how many of these stinking... Oh, it's not dispensing it. Alright, it will dispense the eggs though, so don't worry. It's like, what the heck? Okay, And then on top of this thing, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put in our chickens. So the reason that we have 2 spots for the chickens to stand, where Mumbo Jumbo used to have 1, is because of the mob cap, the passive mob cap now. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump in as many chickens as will fit in here. Chicken. I have no idea how many this is going to be, but basically you want to breed them up until that starts to happen. Okay, cool. And then you can go ahead and cap off the top of this if you want to, and then you can break these blocks here. You don't need those anymore. Okay, sweet. And now the chickens will lay eggs. The eggs will go into the dispenser like that. And unfortunately, they're going to do this for a while, but eventually it will stabilize, and you'll have the right amount of chickens in there. Okay, very cool. That's our chicken farm. If you want to, you can then go ahead and fill this in with some solid blocks, just to kind of cap that all off like that, make that look kind of cool. And then you could do the same thing on this side, fill in all this like that. There you go. You could potentially go like this as well if you're careful. Like that, so then on the outside all you see is just this one little spot where there's some chickens. Like that. Okay. Very cool. Place that right there. And then you could fill this in with solid blocks as well. We'll do that later. Okay, cool. That is that done. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put a little netherwart farm on top of this thing. I know we have one here, but we're actually going to replace that with a cactus farm. So here we go. We're going to get out some soul sand. There we go. Let's see. We're going to break out all of this. And then we're going to put the netherwart just around the frame of it. Like that. Okay. And then in those spaces, we're going to go ahead and put some trapdoors. Oh, for crying out loud. Put the trapdoor on there. Like that. And now you can play your netherwart. There we go. Okay, cool. That's very nice. We'll replace that one in just a little bit. Alright, next I did my villager trading in a very crazy way. This is pretty weird the way that I did this. So, you're going to go ahead and take out your blocks right here. And actually I need my concrete block. Now this I'm not so certain about. This might not be the best way to do it. We were actually ending up with quite a bit of space in the middle here. I was thinking about planting some sort of like a manual farm in the middle of that, but we'll see. On that one over there, I did another type of farm that is actually completely unnecessary now that I have added this one here that uses bone meal to produce tons of beetroot and wheat and potatoes and carrots. So that's totally unnecessary. So you could do a few villagers in the middle here. We're going to have to come up with something else to put in there though. Alright, so what I did is I put a line of blocks across here. Like that. Okay, then on every other one I placed a trapdoor like this. Okay. Then I surrounded the back of it like this. And we're still within our 16 block cube, just making sure. Come on. There. Alright, let's go this way. It's going to be faster. And then right there, right there, right there, and all the way across. Okay. And then I went up like this. And then one more block up. And then I surrounded each one of these like this. Okay. And then I put my villagers in there. Alright, then I actually broke these back out and put in iron trapdoors across there. Like that. And then that will hold them in. And then you could do this as well. Alright, and then that's our little villager trading area on this one. Villager. There we go. Put your villagers in. Of course, it gave me 2 nitwits, but you can obviously swap them out for whatever villagers you need. And there's our villager trading hall. Now, this right here is actually the top block, so I think I'm going to go like this, actually. Because that's actually the top of our cube. Hey. Oh. Dude, move. There we go. Okay, sweet. So then you can come up here and walk along the top of this. You can walk along your soul sand, come over here, and to the villagers. Or you could place a way to get up to them, like right here. So then, and then you could put like a ladder so they can get up there. Let's do a ladder. Here we go. Like this. Okay. Let's go ahead and do our little cactus farm here. So we're going to remove all of this. Or not build it to begin with. Whichever way you want to go. This is like the longest tutorial ever. I'm getting so tired. If you guys are tired of hearing me talk, you have no idea how tired I am. Alright, let's see, right here I think we can go down. Yeah, I think that'll work. Alright, and then we're gonna break this out. No, can't do that. No, we have to place in some hoppers in specific places. Alright, so basically what we want to do is we're going to grab our hoppers and we're going to place some hoppers so that they're going to go straight down into a chest that's going to be right there. So we're going to have to use a trap chest. Now if you're 1.13 you don't have to use a trap chest because they finally got this right. But for now I got to use a trap chest because I'm in 112. Okay, and I don't like it facing that direction, but I don't... There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to put a hopper into the side of that chest and then we're going to come up this way. Like that, there we go. And then one more, and then we're gonna place and make it so that all these hoppers, I think I need to go up one more. So that all of these hoppers are gonna go into that hopper line going down. There we are. Alright, so then the cactus needs to go in some special places. Let's see, we're going to place a cactus right... We need sand. Alright, so we're going to place a cactus right there, 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 right there, and we can't do one there, so we got to do it the other way. Nope. One there. And how did I do this? Oh, that's right. Break these out. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1. Yeah, I guess that's all that we can do. That's all that we can do. But that's okay. There. Okay, grab your cactus, like that, and then in the middle you're gonna place in a, let's see, you could use a fence or you could even use a piece of glass. So basically the glass is gonna go right, nope, not glass. Sorry, glass pane, there we go. You're gonna put a glass pane right in the middle there. So then when any of these grow up, they should break from the glass pane. In fact, I can't even place one, so that's just about right. Perfect. Alright, then it's going to fall into one of these spaces below. Very, very cool. Alright, there's a little cactus farm. That's done. Just going to fill this in with some blocks. Like that. There we go. Okay, a very small little cactus farm. All right, came up with something that I think you'll like in the middle of this guy right here. So what I decided to do was build a sheep farm. I tried using trees. I tried to build like a little tree farm in here. That just didn't kind of work out if you wanted to stick within the 16 by 16 cube. If you're leaving the top open, you could totally build a little tree farm in here and have a couple trees. But because the top is closed, it just wasn't quite tall enough to make it worthwhile. The foliage pretty much took up like the entire room, so that was kind of annoying. The other option would be if you wanted to make like oh, what are those things called? Like the little purpur things. What are those? The things that grow in the end, whatever those things are called. If you could grow some of those in here. I decided though to do a little sheep farm, so especially for the purposes of getting wool. So what I did is I made a 2 wide path like this out of grass, and then come up a couple blocks like that, and then surround this with glass all the way around. Okay, and then I broke out the corners. You don't really need to break out the corners, but I did break out that corner and all these subsequent corners just to make it so that there's a little less stuff in there. And then right here I built a ladder going up like that to the next level, where I built yet another one. So starting there and then all the way around like this. I still can't think of the name of those things that are in the end. You know, that's going to drive me crazy. What are they called? Chorus plant. Thank you. Wow. the chorus fruit. You could build a chorus fruit farm in here as well. But I thought I'd go with wool because wool's a little bit more universal as far as people wanting wool. But you could build like a little chorus fruit farm in here. Okay, like that. And we're still within our 16 block thing. And then all you'd have to do is then put some sheep in here like this, and then dye them whatever color you wanted. Like I just happen to have some purple dye here, so you could like dye your sheep to get them the whatever color. And then you do the same thing down here like this, put the sheep in, get them the right color. Or you could name them Notch and have those multicolor sheep. I don't know if, well, that's interesting. You do that. Like that, and then you could have yourself a little sheep farm. So you could do like some wool, shear your sheep every now and then, and go for it from there, and get their drops like this. Actually, you might want these corner blocks to walk around on, like that. Okay, very cool. All right, I think this part is completely done. Let's go ahead and finish off the thing with filling in some voids, and then filling up the thing and finishing off the cube. All right, so some voids that you can fill in. You can fill in all of this right here. So you can do that. You can fill this all the way down to 1 block above the rail. You can fill all of this in. Now, if you don't want to fill it in, you certainly don't have to. But that's what I did over on the example one, so I'm going to do it here. Fill that in, fill that in. The only thing that you can't fill in is like above chests, or like where there's redstone, or where it would get in the way of like a redstone circuit. That actually is okay because this redstone's powering it that way, but if it was this way, then it could possibly clip the redstone in, so that wouldn't work. Okay, so then right here, I'm going to go above that chest. Now, above this chest, you could put like a piece of glass if you want to. That would be fine, but you want to make it so that the chest will open, right? Okay, so then fill in all these voids. Just fill, 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 fill. You get the idea, like this. You can come up here, fill this in. Fill it in there, come across this away. Sounds like my chicken farm's starting to work. Yep, we got some baby chicks. Ooh, we got a ton of baby chicks. Wow, this thing's working a lot better than I thought. That's pretty good. I'll have to do a full tutorial on that some other time. There we go, fill all that in. And then like I said, like it's optional here, but I think I would probably do glass over all of this, just because that way you could see out. Now, if you built the farm or the cube underground, then you probably wouldn't want to do this necessarily, unless there was something interesting to look at, like a ravine up above it or something. But if you're outside and you build the cube outside, or even under the water, then I would definitely fill all of this in with some glass like this. And by the way, if you build this underwater, I would maybe build the glass enclosure first, because Otherwise, you're going to be fighting the water the whole time, and that would be really pretty annoying. So, yeah. But I'll show you the glass enclosure in just a minute. Okay, fill all this in. There we go. So then filling in some more voids. This is all void right here. So we could fill this in, like this, and yada yada yada, like this. You could fill this in, all of this. You could also use glass on these if you wanted to, but I probably wouldn't use glass here, because who wants to see like all the tracks and everything? Probably don't want to see that. That's pretty good. Alright, this side's almost done. Maybe fill that in, and right here. So then we couldn't put a block there because of that redstone, obviously. Fill this in back here. Like that. Okay, put like that. You can go right on top of that hopper. Like that, but you can't put one. Could you put one there? No, I don't think so. Let's not do that. That. There we go. And then, of course, you can fill in all this underneath here. Okay, then you could fill in underneath all this. I know I'm doing that da-da-da thing. Maybe that's bothering you. Maybe you want to unsubscribe from my channel now because I'm going da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh well. If you don't like me, then I don't want you to subscribe anyway. Ha! How about that? Take that! No, I'm just kidding. There we go. Okay. Very good. You could fill this in right here. You can put a block there. You can put blocks. No, you can't put that block there. Sorry. But you can put them across here. Like this. You have to have a space in front of the observers. But on this pumpkin farm, like you can have a space in front of the observers, but you can't go like that. Otherwise, you see what happens, right? Okay. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and fix that. We put the piston, and then we put the powder of the concrete, and we fix. Okay, there we go. You can fill all this in. You can fill all this in, all of this back here. Like that, but like I said, you don't want to fill in front of the observers. Alright, then you can fill this whole bottom row in. Da, 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 da. There I go with that again. Fill that in. Don't put a block there. That's ridiculous. Why would you do that? And then you could put here, you could put that right there, put a block there, coming this way, block there, oops, that's powder. There, one there, one there, you could put one right there, and there, and there. You can put one there, but you can't put one on either of those two, obviously. Okay, fill all that in. This whole bottom row can be filled in easily. Let's see. Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. That's all good. That's all good. You can't put one there because otherwise that cactus will break. And then fill in this row like that. Okay, good. Now what you want to do is make sure that anything that's lit up. So if Hex didn't show you to light something up and you need some more lighting, you can go ahead and put some more lighting in here. Like you could do like maybe a sea lantern there, maybe a sea lantern or two on top of the chest. Might be a good idea. I would fill this in right here because that way you're not like falling through into the void. There we go. Now I left this open just because I think that kind of looks cool, but you can fill that in. And then I left like a opening right here and made like a doorway so I could get in here. And then I also built this all the way around like this just to make it so that I didn't fall out of this area like that. And then you could maybe do your sea lanterns in this area like let's see. So you could make this walkway out of sea lanterns, or the entire walkway, and just go like this. and put some sea lanterns or whatever lighting block. If you don't have access to sea lanterns, you can use like jack-o'-lanterns or whatever you want. You could go like that, just so that it's all lit up. And then as far as inside of here, I would kind of leave this open in case you ever had a problem or you needed to come up in here for any reason. Otherwise, if you don't care about that, then you could like fill all this in like this and enclose this thing. The main idea of filling in voids is just to keep any creepers from spawning and like blowing up your entire base. That would be really frustrating if a creeper exploded in here on you. So you're gonna want to, fill in what you can as far as voids. But yeah, so this looks pretty good like that, and then that's pretty good. We can get down here still. You might put a block there to keep that from being an issue. Underneath, you can fill in a lot of these voids underneath here. It's too bad that the storage system comes down this far, because otherwise we wouldn't need, we could bring the whole thing down a couple blocks, but unfortunately there's quite a bit of void underneath here, and it's hard to access because unless you put a floor below it, then you have like this 1 block space. So unfortunately we can't really put anything in here, but I would definitely fill all this in. You could fill it in with like whatever block you wanted to, as far as on this level. So like you could go like just like use whatever crappy block you don't want, and then put concrete like underneath it like this, or your like more pretty block. That would save, if you were using concrete, that would like save on you having to make tons of concrete. You could use some stone or cobblestone or some dirt or something in here, and then underneath it put your powdered concrete, no, your regular concrete like this. Okay, and fill in the whole thing. There's one spot that you don't want to fill in, and that is right, let's see, right here. Okay, so it'd be nice to be able to come down from up above to get to the bottom of your cube. Or maybe this is a stairway down to your mine, something like that. That'd be really cool if you had a stairway that went down into your mine shaft. But blah blah blah, you could fill all this in. I'm not going to do that just for time. Okay, next, what you want to do is you can come to this corner, and you're going to come that way 1 block, and come this way 1 block, break that, and come that way 1 block. Okay, so basically you have this 2x2 thing right here. Then you're going to basically make it a 4x4 square like that. All right, then this 2x2 thing is going to be 24 long that way, 24 high, and 24 this direction. So you would come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, and then you're going to do that 4 blocks tall and in a shape like this. And this is the exterior of the cube that I'm building right now. So if you don't want to build this part, then you don't have to do this. But I would put some sort of shell around it so that way nothing gets into your base, or like gets stuck on these parts or anything. I would definitely put a shell around it of some sort. Even if it's just a shell where you go like this and you just basically fill in the whole outer thing with whatever your preferred block is. You could potentially make this look like some Minecraft block. Like you could do like a big crafting table, or how people maybe you've never seen that, but you could make this like decorate the exterior to look like a giant crafting table, or like a giant ender chest, or a giant block of wool or something. Giant whatever. Okay, and we're gonna come up 24. So sorry, I didn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And we're going to make that a 4x4 pillar of this. That. And you're basically going to do this on every single side. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come in here with glass, and you're going to fill in glass all the way on the inside of this thing. So you're gonna go like glass, 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 not there. Glass, 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 and then all the way up, and just a big fat square of glass, as you can sort of see. Okay. I'm not gonna finish it off just for the purposes of this tutorial's already long enough, and I think you can probably build a big square of glass. But then what I did as far as levels for walking, I built a level to walk around this way. So it's just too wide all the way around. And then you want to do something for lighting, like every now and then place a sea lantern, like I did. Did I do that over here? Yeah. So I basically did a sea lantern on every other block, like this, all the way around. And then in the center, I left it with no sea lantern. So the pattern would go like this. And this is just like optional lighting. You could do however you wanted to, but if you like want a good way to do it, this is a good way. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I went 5. No, I went 4. And then here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I have a space of 2 in the middle. And I think that looks pretty nice and symmetrical and stuff, so that it's there. And then, of course, you guys know that I like to balance symmetry with non-symmetry. So the floor is really symmetrical, the whole cube is symmetrical, but then things that aren't symmetrical, these, where the holes are in the farms and stuff, and where that is, and where, some of these things just don't look symmetrical. The door is asymmetrical, and so on and so forth. Okay. The other one that I did is I came at this level and I went all the way around with another layer like this all the way around. Now it made more sense in the other version because you could access it from more points. You could access sort of this walkway from more points, but that's the idea. On this version where it's less console friendly and more Java friendly, then it makes a little bit less sense to have this one, but you can still get to it like from here on this side, so it's still valuable to have it. And I think it's kind of cool because when you're inside the cube, let me just show you. I'll just pop inside real quick. When you're inside the cube, you can sort of walk around on these walkways and look out. And if you built your cube in like a cool place where there's like stuff to see, then you can look out of the cube like this. It's pretty nice. Okay. The only other little detail that you might want to know about is just on the outside of this guy. I built, let me grab my glass again. I don't know how I got rid of the glass. How did I get rid of the glass? Anyway, it drives me crazy when I do that. All right. The last little detail that I did is I basically built a ring around this of my main block. Not that. Sorry. The white concrete. So I basically built a ring around my entrance like this. And if you wanted to put like a jeb door leading into this, that'd be a cool idea too. A 2x2 piston door of some kind, or if you just want to leave it open, doesn't matter. And then that way you can walk inside and outside of your building. You could also do the same thing over on this side. Even though this is a nether portal, in creative mode, if I go through that nether portal, I can't go through it because it will take me instantly to the end, or to the nether, sorry. But in survival mode, you have a few seconds, like I think it's like 2 or 3 seconds to get through that thing, which is more than enough time to just walk through it, to be able to just pass right through into your base. So I'd probably do something like that on the other side, just so I had a second entrance and a second exit like that. And then you could put like another one, like if you built this underground or something and you wanted another exit, you could put an exit or entrance anywhere on this that you wanted to. But when I did it, I would do like a little portal like this. You could like turn the ground into solid if you want to, like that, whatever you want to do. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to stop the tutorial here. Like, I know I didn't finish it, but hopefully you get the idea of basically doing these 4x4, what do you call them? Cube parts, and then filling in the center with glass. So 4x4, and each one is 24 long, 24 long, 24 long, 24 long, all the way around. All right, these edges of the cube. The edges, that's what they're called, edges, these edges. Yeah, very cool. All right. Super long tutorial. If you guys made it to the end, you did something fabulous. you really watched a lot of tutorialing, but hopefully you got something out of it. Hopefully that you'll really like this little cube thing. I'm really excited about the idea. I can't wait to build it in a survival world sometime. I've already kind of got my base going in my survival world, so I might build a second one out of the cube. Anyway, this has been Hex. I again hope that you enjoyed the cube. I hope that you liked it a lot. If you did like it, then go ahead and click the like button. If you want to see more like this, then go ahead and click that little bell as well, and maybe get notified when you do that. It would be a real kindness to me if you, and I'd really appreciate it if you did that. And also, if you really liked the video enough that you would share it with YouTube's new little sharing feature, that would also be very kind, and it would help my channel out a lot. If you think my channel's doing well, if you like this tutorial video and you like my other videos, then you know, hitting that little bell, getting notified, and also sharing it is fabulous. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. But anyways, more important than all that, I hope that you are having a wonderful day, and I hope that God blesses you.